guys, I'm Bill, and this is
Dylan. Back at it again.
We are back, and we are doing the breakdown of one of our tracks called Prologue, and Valhalla DSP is sending an email. So if you haven't heard the track Prologue from Project Tales of the Forgotten, go check it out in the description below. Some of you might have heard it on channels like Mr. Epic OST, or what's the other channel called?
It's Thoughts of a Slayer.
Yeah, Thoughts of the Slayer.
There's a couple others too.
And our project is still funding on Kickstarter, so the link will be below to check out as well. Now, let's get into the track. Assuming that you have already heard the track, so that I don't have to go through the whole 7 minutes of it again. Let's go right into it. So, like, the main sort of driving force into this track is this piano. Wish I sort of want that to go on like forever and kind of build stuff on top of it as it goes. Originally it was meant to be like small, like sort of intimate.
Yeah,
for some
because
reason
that was like the original when we first started this, like over a year ago.
Yeah,
we wanted to do like an ambient kind of smaller thing,
and like minimalistic sort of arrangements. Yeah,
yeah.
And then it just got big for no reason because it can. So we just made it big somehow. So that's sort of the main piano loop. That's like these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bars here. And then things start coming in. So there is this solo violin, which we recorded live, by the way. And all these is just like chord tones. Like they're not like melody per se, but like they're sort of acting as melodies. If you listen to the Hans Zimmer score Inception, his melodies are all like just the third of the chord. Like, I mean, on the track called Time, especially, that's just sort of how this is as well. So it's the same idea. Then harmonies start coming in here and there. In case you didn't notice, it's a lot of delays. Like these violins are like heavily processed. Not heavily processed, but the EQ setting on this is pretty drastic. So the thing is, we recorded this violin in like this small room with like a little bit of flutter echo that creates like this strange ring to the violin. So I have to cut that frequency out. If I bypass that frequency, it's like some weird thing that I don't like it at all. So I just killed that and put in three reverbs. One is the big one. Verb 2 is smaller room. And then there's delay, and there's GMT 40, which is a plate by UAD. In the background with the piano, there's also this thing called propanium. Do you want to explain what this instrument is?
Man, I don't even know what it is.
I don't know either. Like I think it's a propanium tank.
Well, yeah.
Do you even know what that is?
A propane tank?
Yeah,
it's a tank with propane.
Wait, what?
Fuel for various things.
Tank.
You use it to fuel things.
Yeah,
like
it's one of these.
Like your gas.
It's one of these things.
Your grill.
That ADO somehow made a library out of it.
Yeah, I don't know.
And it sounds really good. It sounds sort of like hang drum in a way, but it's sort of not.
More metallic sounding, I think, than a hang drum.
Yeah,
sort of.
And without it, it sort of like fits with the robot vibe.
Yeah.
Because all sort of the metallic scrapyard
Yeah. I think we use this in the Hydrostasis track. No. Yeah, we don't. I don't know.
I can't remember.
It's a good sound though for this type of thing. To
Yeah,
paint the
definitely.
picture that we are trying to paint.
Just sort of listen to how it works with the piano. Sort of like add that metallic quality to the piano and like the
good
subtlety.
atmosphere kind of thing.
So that's just sort of the main mechanics of the
It's
half
like
of the song already.
Yeah.
It's like this is just the harmony is coming in here and there. But now let's look at sort of the underlying layer of that, which are all these SFX. And this is all you.
I think so.
Yeah, it is all you. Like I didn't do any of this.
Yeah, in the beginning here,
It's just
There's
radio
like a
disturbance.
yeah, there's some radio which is like detuned.
It was pitched up by three semitones.
I mean, it might have been reversed. I don't remember. And then I, did some other stuff to it because our goal was to try to not make it so it doesn't sound human.
I don't know.
So
if
I
it
can't.
actually
I mean,
sounds like
I can't even tell what they're saying in it. So I guess that it ended up working. But and then there's like what you just heard was like a little whoosh effect.
What
little
is it?
metallic whoosh effect
Is
thing.
it the what? What am I doing? Like this one?
And there's a.
What is that?
I think that's where the whoosh effect is.
That metallic drum.
Yeah, that's just like a metallic drone that evolves kind of over time to give the track like a,
An atmosphere
like
that's
an
like
evolving atmosphere, so it's not so static. Because our goal was to keep it moving.
And then there's this distortion.
Yeah, which is just like
What do
another.
you use to make this?
Oh, I don't remember. Man, we were at this like 7 months
You're
ago.
making this video. It's like I don't remember what
I
I
don't know.
do.
It's I don't know. It's a synth. I don't know what it's from.
There is distortion because you.
Oh yeah,
label it
there's a
distortion.
lot of. I probably threw a distortion plugin on it with like 18 dB of distortion. Is my guess. Something like that.
Damn.
To make it pretty.
Then there's
crunchy.
the wind drone, which sounds like that.
Yeah, which just adds on to the whole metallic drone thing to kind of give it more movement.
So all that together,
Gives you a nice
and that's just like the atmosphere. of the track.
atmosphere for the music to sit in.
Just listen to the track without all these. It'd just be like very boring. There's no fun. And then there's.
I mean, don't bash your own product, but it's definitely better with this other stuff.
It's almost like they're missing the air of
Yeah.
an actual place that we're in. If we mute
Got like
all that.
nice, breathy, like high-end stuff.
The depth of it too.
Yeah, so it's really subtle, but it's good to add that atmosphere in there. And there's that like weird distorted thing again that when I have it like pitching slide down.
Oh wow, this is an electric violin.
Pretty good.
Straight from the pickup. It's like such a weird sounding thing, but it still sounds organic.
Pretty good.
Like you should not treat it as a violin, but you just treat it as like an instrument of its own right. It's like it's cool. It's been used a lot in a lot of movies too. Like even Game of Thrones has it, like electric cello or something like that.
But what else is in that?
There is this. That's me, I think. That's the so that's a snare with like a lot of low cut, so that it has only those like sort of white noise-ish frequency, and then that's like been hit and then goes to a lot of reverb and delay, so it sort of creates that like that effect.
Mm-hmm. that stereo delay.
Yeah. You see that I don't have anything here because this is the stem that I bounced from the other session that I used to just make the beat. Then going into the bigger section. Same concept with the other track, Ground Zero. It's just that we need to have sort of a subdivision of sort of the groove. So that's sort of what this like synth sound is.
Layers.
Yeah.
Layers,
It's always layers. And then there's the bass.
I didn't even know that was in there.
Yeah, it was in there. It's very subtle. So you almost couldn't hear it. And then there's... I'm doubling the piano with this sound.
More
It's like-
sci-fi-y.
Yeah, it's like a sci-fi version of like the 70s electric piano, like the DX7 and all that. So together, it almost sounds like there are two octaves playing, but it's actually the same octaves because like that synth has such like I don't know, it has like a resonance at a higher frequency that it sounds like it has another octave on it. So there's this pad, which is just...
I think that's what I just put that in there.
Yeah.
I just added like, I don't know, like I put it in and I heard it and it just added something, so I just left it in.
Yeah, like it's like
It fills like a little gap that's sitting there.
Like it has like this static ring to it. If I take that out,
that's pretty calming when you listen to these things by themselves.
it's actually like a lot. If you take it out, you lose like a lot of things.
Yeah.
And then you take it out, it's like gone. There's nothing to hold on to. So that's basically the main mechanics, and then we go to this other section. This is not very complicated as usual. It's just like all these strings doing all its thing. And then with electric violin doing the pulsing, because it sounds a little like cooler than an actual violin, because like it has like such weird grit into the sound. I feel like, and with that we have this sound effects that Dylan did, which is a reverse of something.
Oh yeah, that's just like it's just the like a boom. Just
Oh, so you reverse the boom.
Yeah, that's it.
I see.
And then I guess it has reverb on it. But
Yeah.
it just adds
Sort of
a little build to it.
Now, here, the thing that's cool is there's this synth that comes in. It's actually playing like one note at a time, but because of the delay, it sounds like it's sort of playing a chord. In a way. And I have a little bit of distortion and EQ on it. So without all those two things, and with it, it's like a little bit more grit, which now works with an electric violin to create this like really cool pulsing groove. Like there's like some organic element in there, and there is also some like electronic element in there, which is like a really nice combination that I really like. And other things, it's just violins and cello in octaves, just solo. I didn't even have to. Oh, I actually have like a big string section on viola. It's not even doing anything. What's going on? Oh, I see. The rhythm in the background. Sort of the same concept as the big beat in Ground Zero. It's just
lots of little layers.
Yeah.
To make one groove.
Same thing here as well when it goes big. Now, I made this. And then Dylan said that snare doesn't sound good, so like he added this. It's just like a dubstep snare. Yeah. And this anvil. What is that even? What is an anvil?
Damage.
No, like that doesn't sound like an anvil to me.
Sure it does. I don't know what that. It's like a. I don't know what the shaking thing is after it. It's like
It's cool though.
It's like a vibra slap.
Yeah.
Like, so I guess they layered the two together. I don't know. It's cool.
So that thing comes every other time, the anvil. And like the Dylan snare just sort of add a little bit of punch to the snare.
Punch.
Without it. With it. So that's what it is there. And the electric violin is now doing a double stop. Yeah. So that sort of works together with that, with the synth and piano. And also that as well. So it's sort of like the core mechanic of the track, and then there's the beat on top of it, and then there's all these sustained strings with heavy vibrato, like, oh my god, I'm so like expressive, and
oh my god,
and these S effects to add on top of that. So it's like it's very simple. Like the core mechanic of the song is just like that much. It's a groove that works together. Then there's all these notes on the strings. Then there's beat and bass. How did I do the pitch down on that electronic violin?
I told you to do a plugin. Did you do a plugin?
Yeah, I think if I automate the plugin, the sound shifter plugin. That's actually an easier way to do that in Cubase. It's like sort of the same way you did it in Logic.
How'd I do it in Logic?
You use the fade curve and you change it to orange.
Oh, right.
That, and then I can do that with like this thing called envelope filter on Cubase. I didn't know what it was back then.
The problem with that doing that slowdown in Logic is that it like actually like slows it down as if it were like stopping like.
Oh, so the rhythm would not stay.
No, it like completely. I don't like it because it's way too much. So doing that pitch thing with the plugin works a lot better in my opinion.
Oh, and this is the other piano that we think sounds nicer than the original piano. This is 1928 piano by ADO. With
the 13 dB plus on the
bass
on the low end. So for anyone who has a 1928 Steinway, add 13 dB to the low end and it'll sound a lot nicer.
Don't tell this to your kids. It's dangerous. And there's all these effects again. I think that's interesting to me would be here. How do you?
What are we listening? What are we listening to?
This is your percussion at the end.
Oh, is that all the stuff? So that is. Can you open up the folder so I can see everything?
No, this is in one track.
Oh, that's right. A mouse system. Okay. Yeah, that's the like the weird stuff you hear. That is Tom's, but it has the Enigma plugin on it. I think.
Where is Enigma?
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
And it's some weird ass setting that I just like pulled all the faders up and down, changed all the numbers. I didn't know what I was doing, and that's what came out. I was like, this sounds robot-y, and so I just kept it. But the other stuff is that there's the kick in there as well, which you're not playing right now. But and then
yeah, then there's the pitch down taiko.
Yeah, the washy woody sound that you hear is taiko. It's taiko clicks. Like a bunch of them, but they're pitched down a bunch, and there's a bunch of reverb, and then there's a low pass filter on it. Gives it like this washy kind of feeling. It sounds like something in water to me, but
it does sound like something
maybe
in
I'm
water.
An idiot, but
and then
yeah,
all those effects.
But that those toms that have the Enigma plugin on them, like it does so much random crap while they're playing. And I just make it sound really cool because it's always changing.
So the last section is basically just these sort of SFX vamp out,
and then the radio is there again.
Yeah, there you go. There's the reverse piano.
Yeah, that's just the.
It takes us a lot of time to do this reverse piano actually, because we were like, okay, we want to make a thing that still sounds the same as the beginning, as the piano in the beginning.
So we couldn't just reverse the
because if you reverse
the region because then it plays actually in reverse, but we just want to have all the notes.
So then there's you have to flip the notes around and actually try to reverse the audio from that.
Yeah,
takes a lot of try.
And we didn't have I didn't have the reverse. I don't think I had rev at the time either, so I couldn't just do the reverse piano thing in there. So we actually programmed all the notes in reverse and then reversed that so that the reverse sound was forward. So,
but this ended up sounding
it sounds cool.
Yeah, sounding very the same. So it's just a reverse on those pianos, and then there's this piano that is like a delay sort of thing. I think where is it? It's in there somewhere. That.
Yeah, that's just some random piano I played.
With delays, I'm assuming. Or do you just play that?
Just heavy reverb or something.
I can actually sort of hear the radio, what it's saying.
I can't tell what they're saying.
Well, I don't know what they're saying, but I know for a fact that it's human. So
sounds like jargon.
So we're wrong about that. That's another electric violin thing. Some effects, tremolos that and his finger goes on top of the fingerboard, just sliding down. And that's just pretty much it. It's very.
Isn't my mouth sound effect in there?
Somewhere.
In one of the the downbeats after the section or something.
I don't know.
I thought we used that. we didn't end up using it. I think it was like at the end of the big section.
Wait.
Yeah. Can you solo the drums? And the sound effects probably. And go back. Further. So like where the beat was still in. Eardrums. Eardrums too.
Nope. There's nothing here.
Yeah, maybe we didn't use it. I thought we did.
Probably did too.
It's the thing where I just cover my mouth with that thing. Yeah.
I don't know where.
Which I've used before for stuff. But that's...
But fine. Lastly, I want to show you guys the setting that I have for my massive plugins. It was not a lot of things, actually. It's only 3 things. I almost used
The goal is to make your mix so good that you don't have to do a lot to master nowadays.
So, this Putek is pretty much the main thing I'm doing with this track, which is a boost on 12K, about 3 dB there, and I attenuate on 10K a little bit so that way like it doesn't boost up too much of the stuff on the bottom, so that like it will only go upward from like 11, 12K on. I boost a little bit of 60 Hertz, and then I attenuate a little bit. I don't know what frequency this is, but it's like in a low end. This is sort of the thing that they call like a Putek trick, that like you boost and cut sort of at the same place in a way that like, so you have this bump over here and then you have this boost. Oh, no, this cut down here and then you have this bump over here. Yeah, that's right. And I cut a little bit of 200 out, like by a dB and a half or so. So that it clears out a little bit of mud in that area. So let's listen to the track without this EQ. And with EQ. Like, it makes a lot of difference in terms of sort of making the track a little more exciting with a little more in high low ends and then cleaning up the mud down there. And this is the plugin Dr. MS by Matthew Lanes. What I did is just a little bit of mix widening. So what it really does is it's putting a little bit of higher information towards the side. So like, let's say, this is sort of basically a mid-side processing plugin. So in the case, I still have everything in the middle, but I just raise the EQ only on the side, but not the middle. The way it does it is actually more complicated than how we say it, because like they actually have to do it differently on 2 speakers. So that way that, because like if you do something the same in 2 speakers, it will come out as something in the middle, right? So like it's like a very complicated processing. But oops, rainbow wheel. But what it really does is it just gives a little bit of spreading high information to the middle, making the bass more center, which is what this zoom thing is, sort of. And then a limiter, in which I didn't do anything other than limiting the out ceilings to minus 0.3. So let's listen to it without this mix widening thing. Like it's sort of crammed to the middle. And this just opens the middle up a little bit. Especially if you listen to those soaring violins. Like they almost like didn't have a place before. This is without the plugin. With the plugin. That's just sort of what it's doing. And that's it. Like all these plugins on the violins, just EQs, and then a little bit of compression that's not more than 2-3 dB, just to sort of limit the dynamic range of it a little bit. And then these strings all have like a dip on this frequency that I just personally don't like. And then those were all grouped into here. For the strings, I have a little bit of processing here. I boost a little bit of high end and 15K, and I put a little bit of saturation on there with this twin tube processor. I actually didn't even put any on there. I have the plugin on, but I didn't put anything on it. That's strange. And then these are the reverbs. I use Phoenix by Exponential Audio. So it's just last neutral hall, 3 seconds of tail. And then the other one, Verb 2, is a smaller one with a live room setting. It's a 1.2 tail. And then this is EMT 140 by U80. It's like about 1.8 or so. And then H delay. Very simple stuff. Alright guys, that's it for our Prologue track. Don't forget to check out our Kickstarter campaign, and if you haven't heard the track, the link is below. And if you have any questions, leave it here. We'll answer you very quickly. Alright, thanks a lot, and
Thanks guys.
bye.
See ya.